So, hello everyone, welcome to my channel. So today we are going to make our next project, which is student grade management system using Python. And so, without wasting any time, let's jump into the code part. So, without before coding, let us see some description. The project is going to be this, and description. It is basically a single command line interface system. It is going to allow user to add student reports, view all the students that is present, update student info, delete students report, and also individual students report card. And all the students will have all this information associated with it. ID, marks, name, and grade basically going to be calculated one. And about the concepts, of course, these are all the concepts that we are going to use. I'm going to skip all that. So starting with the coding part, actually I have prepared this project already. So let's start with explaining. So students is going to be a list, and this list is going to store all the dictionaries that contains the information of the student. And then there is a function, basically a grade calculator, and this simply works on this chain of if-else statements. And these are there are some threshold. Let's say if equal to greater than equal to 90, then A, greater than equal to 75, then B, greater than equal to 60, then C, and then D and else return F basically fails. And to add the student, you just have to first we are going to ask user to enter the student ID. It is going to be the integer one. Then we are going to ask for the name of the student, and then there is this condition which is basically written for asking the marks of the user, and we have strictly taken out a measure to basically keep the user to enter the invalid marks, basically marks greater than 100 or less than 0. So if there is such situation, it is going to keep asking the same thing and printing this message invalid marks. So now the only things that left is basically the grade calculation, which can be done by grade calculate grade function, which takes the parameter marks. And here we create a dictionary student in which we have ID as a key and student ID as a value. And in the similar format, we have written all the necessary information that is required for this project. And at last, we are going to append this to the list that we have created at the top of the project. And at last, we are going to print the message to the console. Now, I think up until now, everything is clear. Now, let's try to see everything that is happening. Now, I want to add the student. So, first of all, student ID. Let's just write a random number. Then name. Of course, I will enter my name, marks. Let's say for now, I have written a random number which is greater than 100. It says invalid marks. Now I return something like this, negative value. It also saying invalid marks. Now it's I say uh, this, it says edit successfully. So this is basically the add student function. Now let us exit this program and see our next function, which is basically view all the students that are present in the reports. So first we put a check here saying, okay, if there are no students present in this list, then say no student record found, and keep the program to execute this statement, really to prevent the execution of this if there is no student present. I mean, why would we execute this? Okay, so next thing, for the printing of the student records, to keep things looking more like this tabular format, we use the f string, basically the formatting of the string. And I believe in the last video I have explained that how this formatting works. And after creating this header, which contains name, ID, name, marks, and grade, we print a line with the dashes and basically we separates the header from the exact values. Now we use a for loop to basically print every student to the console, or you can say to basically make them appear like they are printing onto the table, adding onto the table. So this is how we create this view of students. So let me just again tell you how it is going to view. So first we have to add a user. So for now, let's say ID 234, then name, my name, then out of 99, and then say, okay, I want to view the users. As you can see, we get the records of students that we have and the marks out of 100, as you can see. But here there is much more clutter, so we will clear that. And to clear that, we just have to increase the value of this 10. So let's say we just need maybe 20. Let's double it and see again. First of all, we have to exit it, and rather than okay, let's exit the program. Sorry, again executing this program, adding a student. Say okay, again entering the name, marks, and then again showing the report card. So as you can see, after entering this, it is now having separate, but the values are still there. So let's again repeat that. The name can be presented 10. We also have to update these values here, 20. So with this, I think it is going to be more look like separated, will look more separated here. And thus, of course, the value here changes too. If this value is basically calculated by summing all the values like 10 plus 6, 16, and 16 plus 8 is 24, 24, 24, and then we just have to add 29, 25, that it becomes 49. So let's execute this again to see what type of changes it shows. Okay, invalid input. We forgot to exit the app. So let me first clear this terminal. So let's say first of all let me exit and clear it again. Adding a student, then adding some random ID, then name, then marks, then showing the user. Of course, I believe this is much more looking much more good, but here it has become more clutter. So then let me just take it back to the 20. And again execute it, clear the terminal. Now report found is working. I want to add the user of 100, let's say. Okay, actually it is working, but ID does not have enough space, and I have entered a random number. So that's why it is showing some problem. So for now we will execute that, exit that. Of course, we have increased the 10, so 14, maybe 10, 10 will become 5, and also make it 10, because 10 digit number is more than enough. And also we have increased by 4, right? So let's say 65. Okay. So with this, we have completed our view student function. Now coming on to the update students. Now we have to update the student, let's say. So we have to ask the ID from the user. Okay, tell me the user you want to update. That's what we are doing. So now this try and accept is basically the exception catching things. So we have not yet studied it. So I will remove it. So it is basically among the best practices. So I will tell you this in the next section after this project are completed. So first we are going to ask for the user in you can say student ID, and we are just going to scroll through every student, and we are going to match whether okay if there is a student with a student ID this, then return the name, then ask for the user to enter the new name, and again there is a try and accept block. Okay, I will just remove them. And here you can see we have created a new function, and then we have printed this output. Now first we have to create a function, and then again the user, and again printing the okay, you can see after putting this 10 here we get somewhat good. Now I want to update the user and decrease the ID to 345646, 345646. So this is the student ID that I want to update. Okay, name I want to just keep the same name. Marks okay, I will decrease it by one. Record updated. Again viewing the record is updated. Now I want to basically there is more things that we can do. Then there is delete statement. We can just pop the ID of the student that is not that is present in the list and that we want to remove. So we can do that here by simply calling this delete option ID delete, and ID delete is going to be like this 345646 345646. Student is deleted. Try to view the student no record found. Say if I want to check the report card of the student, of course it says 345646. Says no student found. Now let us create a new student. Let's say it is asking for ID 34567, and then name, and of course out of say 99. I want to see the report card. I will say 34567, and I get the report card with everything like ID, name, marks, grade, and performance. And at the last option, that is exit. Now after exiting this code, as you can see, we're getting exiting. So with this, we have completed our beginner project. And this project is more like I have created the code actually beforehand. And if you like the way that I have teached in this, you can say type, that means I have shown you the code, the execution, and some updates that we can make in the code. You can say code part. So these are the things actually. If you think that okay, rather than doing the live coding, we can see or we like this type of learning where I just scroll you through the whole code. So if you like this way, you can tell me in the comments. And in the upcoming projects, I will do the same. So next, so up until the next project, which is going to be the final project one, is you.